Hey, howdy guys. I'm going to be doing a modding tutorial on Warno. This will be part one in the series. I expect each video to be about an hour long or so. I'm going to try to make it pretty quick, but it might be long, so just stick with me. I'm going to try to cover everything in this video, part one. I have a little rough draft right here. We're going to be going over the unit descriptor, the weapon descriptor, ammunition, cadaver descriptor, localization. We're also going to be going over showroom units as well and the equivalents, showroom equivalents. So part one's basically just going to be getting a single unit into the game, a brand new unit. And this unit's not going to have any custom models or anything like that until probably about part two. But for now, we're just going to be editing stats, giving it a name, and messing around with the localization. So we'll get straight into it. I'll try to make this pretty quick. Forewarning, if I make any errors or if I say anything wrong, just correct me in the comments. Again, some of this stuff I'm still learning as well, and I don't know what every module might mean, so I'll just give you my rough estimation of what I think it means, but I could be wrong, so just let me know. Additionally, there might be some editing just for continuity if I fuck up or there's an error when I try to generate or something like that because I misspelled something. So just I'll try to keep it as clean as possible so you don't lose track of where I'm at or anything like that. So starting out, we're going to be in the mods folder for Warno. To get there, all you got to do is go to Steam, Warno, and then go to Properties, Installed Files, Browse, and that'll bring you straight to the Warno Steam folder, and then you can go to mods right here. I already got it open, so I'm just going to go back to it. From here, we have a bat file, which is going to be create new mods. We're going to crack that open real quick, and I'm just going to name this tutorial. And that will give us a new directory for tutorial. That'll be our modding directory for this series. And we will, first thing we're going to do when we get in here is we're going to generate a new mod, or generate the mod, sorry. And this usually takes 20 seconds to 2 minutes, just depends. Usually if it takes too long, I just close it out and try it again. It's usually fixes it, but we'll just wait this one out because it's brand new. Alright, perfect. So the only thing you need to worry about right now is that it is successful in generating, and we're going to worry about where our ini file went. Just note where this ini file went, Eugene Systems Warno mod, your name of the mod, and then you're going to have a config ini that will be used later on in the series for when we're uploading our mod and making some adjustments on the Steam Workshop. For this, do not worry about this. This will come in handy later, but we don't need to worry about it right now. For now, press enter, continue on. Alright, so we have a gen, game data, and common data, and we also have base, don't worry about that. Gen, do not worry about common data, you're only ever going to worry about if you're doing something crazy with your modding and you need to refer to some type of template from common data if you're making something new. For now, don't even worry about it. The only thing we're going to worry about is game data. So crack open game data, we're going to go to generated, we're going to go to gameplay, we're going to go to GFX, and we're going to scroll all the way down. All the way down, we're going to see unit descriptor, we're going to see weapon descriptor, and then all the way at the top, we're going to see ammunition. And I know I said I'd cover unit cadaver in this part. I probably will, but I don't think we're going to do anything crazy with it. Maybe, we'll see. So let's go ahead and crack open unit descriptor. And we're going to go Control F. Oh, look at that, I already had it ready. Alright, and we're going to go find an Abrams. And this specific Abrams, I want this Abrams. And we're going to start from the export descriptor all the way at the top there, and we're going to come all the way down till we find the next descriptor, unit descriptor. And we're going to bring this all the way down. And we're going to do 2 enters, and we're going to do a comment real quick. And I'm going to name this Abrams X. Perfect. Oh, don't do that. Give me some more space here, and then we're just going to paste it. And we're going to go over this unit descriptor real quick, just a real quick overview of it and what it means. This is going to be the name, the descriptor name of your new unit that you're going to create. We'll change that here in a second. This doesn't matter. None of these you don't have to worry about. We'll go over. Obviously, we're going to go over mother countries and changing adding a new country or changing the countries in a different part. But for now, don't worry about it. These are going to be moduled. Do not worry about the modules right now. We'll cover those in a later part in the series, so don't worry about those right now. These are XP packs. You can change this by coming to another unit descriptor and finding one. Most of these are pretty much self-explanatory. If I don't cover something, it's either because one, I don't know what the hell it means, or two, we're going to cover it in a much later part of the series. Appearance model, this will be covered in part 2. We're going to change that. Auto cover. Weapon manager, we're going to be dealing with in this part. I'm just going to go over the big ones real quick. Max physical damages, so we're going to change this to 20 real quick. If you want to get rid of stun or you want to get rid of suppression, you can remove these modules right here. You can remove this one and this one as well, and then these two bottom ones down here. That'll remove stun and suppression effects to your unit. Resistance, this is going to be, so your blindage properties. It's French, I have no fucking idea what it means. So this is your front, sides, rear, and top. So you can change these index numbers real quick, and so we can just give this, let's say 30. Let's just make this thing a freaking beast. 30, 30, 30. Perfect. Okay. We'll just keep going. If you see something like this, like dangerousness equals this or blah blah blah, or defense value equals this blah blah blah, those are used in calculations for whatever you hover your mouse over another enemy unit, and it's calculating if that unit's going to be easy to kill or hard to kill. So a lot of these are calculations for the UI just to make it look cool and stuff like that. Max speed in kilometers per hour, so we'll just make that 600. Vehicle pathfind types, I've messed with this a little bit whenever I'm doing my zombies mod. You could give it different pathfind types. For now, don't worry about it. Again, you can tinker with a lot of this stuff on your own time. Self-explanatory, acceleration, deceleration. Fuel capacity, we'll just edit this. We'll make this 9,000. Perfect. This will be your optics. So we'll change, so portee vision. So you see anything portee, that's going to be like range. So this is saying like kind of range vision, so we'll just make this some astronomical number. And the detection, I think, don't quote me, but I think this is the radius in which it is detectable. Alright, optical strength, again this has to deal with the visibility, so we'll just shoot this up to 100. Alright, perfect. Good. And then right here we have the Cadavre generator, which we'll get into as well. For now, do not worry about it. Again, these are some modules. This is going to be the production module descriptor. So production time, we'll do 1 second. We'll make this thing worth 120 bucks. Resource tickets, this is going to be for Army General. If you want your vehicle or whatever the hell it is to come out of a different factory, you can just change this right here. So if I wanted to come out of the helis factory, you can just change it to helis. But for now, I'll just leave it as tanks. Assist broadcast request, do not use this unless it's like a helicopter or something that's not really common. If you have a broadcast request coming out of each unit, especially if it's a common unit, it's going to lag the hell out of the game, so just kind of leave that alone. Cube action module descriptor and display, this is for like the bottom right whenever you have like target on position, unload at position. That's going to come from the order availability. But for now, again, do not worry about it. There's probably not really much you can do in there anyways. These are going to be for textures, for when the vehicle is identified, not identified, and what you see and what the enemy sees, etc., etc. If you are working with an infantry unit or a helicopter or a plane, you're going to see something different in the unit descriptor. This is kind of just a general overview. In the infantry, you might see like a turret map index or a formation index or something like that. So obviously I don't have that in this one because it's a tank, but it might look a little different. But if you just follow along with this one, you'll kind of get the general idea and just keep along, stay with me on it. So number of soldiers, again, if you're using infantry, you can change this to like, I don't know, like 50 or something like that. We'll just keep that at 0 though because I have a tank. Again, this is for values in the UI, whatever you're looking at enemy unit. And then specialties list, this is going to be for like, this will bring in textures from another NDF that it'll reference. So this smoke launcher, it's kind of like a token. It's just referencing something built into another NDF. So it's going to pop up with a texture showing a smoke launcher for this specific vehicle in the showroom, or in the unit stats. For now, don't worry about it, but eventually we can go over how to make custom specialty tags. So you can I want to show this and blah blah blah. Oh cool. But for now, don't worry about it. Name tokens. This is where our token's going to come in for the localization. We're about to do that real quick here in a second, and then actually we'll just rename it right now. Perfect. Menu icon texture. Again, these are all textures we can change later on, but for now we'll keep it the same. So I went through and changed some things. We'll make this 600. So let's go all the way back up to the top now of this unit descriptor, and we're going to do what we need to do to make it into a new unit. So first things first is we're going to come to the top here, and we're going to rename this entire descriptor. So we're going to be descriptor unit, and we're going to say Abrams X. Now, what you need to do is keep a conventional way of naming these, naming anything in these NDS, because all of them are case sensitive. So if you reference something from the weapon descriptor into the unit descriptor, or the unit descriptor into the weapons descriptor, it needs to be the same exact format that you did it when you named the damn thing. So don't name it something like Abrams X, and then in another file the X is lowercase, right? So you need to have it the same name, keep it the same over everything. The next thing we're going to modify is the GUID. So the GUID is important. You don't want it to have the same GUID as another unit descriptor. You don't need to make an entirely new GUID. Just change out like one or two things in the old GUID, and then you should be good to go. Class name for debug, we'll change this to Abrams X. I'm not going to change any of that. And then, I forgot to go over the tag set. Tag set's not super duper important. I think maybe the AI uses it a little bit to kind of see what units they're working with. But the only thing we're going to change out of this is the unit tag name, which would be unit Abrams X. Okay, that is perfect. I think we went over basically everything, and we changed everything that we had to change. Sorry for going up and down like that. I should have started from the top and then went down to the bottom. I'll make sure to do that in the next descriptor. Okay, so that is the unit descriptor. So we will now move on to the ammunition. Actually, weapon descriptor, sorry. We're going to move on to the weapon descriptor. So go ahead and pop open your weapon descriptor. Your weapon descriptor should have been right under your unit descriptor. And now what we're going to do is we are going to find the Abrams. So we need to take the original name of the Abrams, which will be, whoops. You can come back up here and find it. So descriptor M1A1 Ha Abrams, the heavily armored Abrams. Grab it, come back to the weapon descriptor. Once you have that, you can search for it again, and now it's going to show you the weapon descriptor for the Abrams. And we are also going to copy this, and we're going to head all the way towards the bottom. Space is there, and perfect. And then we're just going to paste our weapons descriptor that we just stole. Alright, we'll come out of the top, and we'll go from top to bottom. Alright, so again with this, we're going to rename it. We're going to rename it to Abrams X weapon. And salvos, this is the ammo count. So first weapon's going to have 99 shots, 99 shots. The second weapon, third weapon, 99 shots, and fourth weapon is going to be 99 shots. That fourth weapon is probably a smoke grenade launcher, but we'll talk about that in a second. Each ammo type is going to have a different calculation too. So I think this is like a 50 cal, so it's probably going to have like close to like 2,000 rounds or something like that. But this will have an actual 99 round count. So pay attention to what ammo type you're using, because the calculation is different on how many rounds it actually gives you. This is going to be angle rotation. We're not going to worry about that right now. You probably won't have to touch this even if you're adding in a new model. unless it's some crazy tank like a freaking World War II tank or something like that that has no goddamn turret. But for now, don't worry about it. You're gonna have T-mounted weapon descriptors. So this is gonna be each weapon that you have, and it's gonna have a mounted weapon descriptor or like a turret descriptor or something like that. So what we are going to do is we're going to take the cannon off this. Um, we're going to take the ammo off this tank and modify the ammo and make it crazy. And so this specific tank and probably other tanks have two ammo types as well. It's going to have HE and it's going to have AP. So your vehicle might only have one ammo type, right? So it has HE, AP, and then it also has a 50 cal, and then it also has a 240. So just pay attention to that. You'll see it has actually two 240s. But for right now, we're just going to modify the 120 mil, and we're going to modify the HE and the AP to make it have a nuke for the lulz. The other thing is if you want to disable a specific weapon, the easiest way to do that is come down here where it says show an interface, and we go ahead and make that false, and then you can just remove the ammo from that specific weapon, and then boom, it's done. If you want to do it the hard way, then obviously you can just delete the entire weapon, the mounted weapon descriptor or the turret descriptor. But for you know how easy it is, it's easy just to freaking turn off the interface and then have no ammo. Unless you're doing something weird and you want to do it that way, then by all means. Okay, so we have the ammunition. This is going to describe the ammunition type that it's using. This is some RGB freaking interface crap to change the colors. I've never tested it. I don't really have a use for it. Never really needed it. Effect tags. So this is going to be the fire effect for the specific ammunition that you're using. So in this case, it's going to be Canon AP 120 mil. So you can change the effect tag to something else like a freaking Uzi or whatever the hell you would want in that case. And for most of everything else, we're not going to go into until we go over bone structure and modeling and stuff like that for the game. So like Torl2, it means turret 2. That's going to be a bone inside of your model whenever you start importing models in part 2. But for now, we're just going to focus on the easy stuff and get this ammunition out of the way. So we're going to grab this ammo descriptor, and we are going to go head over to the ammunition NDF and go look at ammunition descriptors. So let's go ahead and minimize that. We're going to go into ammunition. And before I start ammunition, actually, if you're working on like a jet or like anything that has like an ATGM or an AA missile or something like that, your ammunition might be an ammunition missiles. So double check that. It might not be in the regular ammunition. Mostly everything ground-wise is in ammunition, though, not ammunition missiles, except if it's like a tow missile or something like that, ATGMs. Okay, so we are in the ammunition.ndf. So we just copied over the ammo type that we need to modify. So let's go ahead and paste that in there and then find next. And there she is. And we're going to go ahead and copy the ammunition descriptor. And the same thing as all the other files. Come all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to name this Democracy 120 mil. Perfect. Oops, whoa, what am I doing there? Okay. So we have it pasted, and we're going to start from top to bottom as we were on the other ones. So we're going to rename this. We're going to rename it to, let's just name it Dem 120. It's a funny name for ammunition, democracy. Then we're going to mess with the descriptor ID, GUID, sorry. And we'll just change out some letters and numbers here. That's perfect. Name. So again, this is the same thing as the unit descriptors. This is going to be used for tokens. This is actually supposed to be all caps as well. You don't have to do all caps. I just do it for continuity's sake that I know if something's all caps, it's probably a token. If you want to do the same thing, feel free to. So I'm going to do the same thing over here for the new ammunition type. So we're going to do dem 120 for the token. Perfect. You can obviously come in here and do the tokens for each other line here. So category, the caliber, the description of the weapon. But for now, I'm going to use the built-in token, which is none, and that will produce nothing. You don't need to put in anything into the localization for that to produce. It's just built in, so don't worry about it. This is the traits token, so again, that's kind of like the specialties list. For now, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. ARM, so this is the yeah, AP index right there. This calculation, I know this specific cannon does not have a 34 penetration, so I'm not sure how the calculation is done, but we'll just throw it up to something crazy like 99. Projectile type obus, so this is like a fast projectile. There's some different ones. So they have like artillery. Yeah, there's the missile ones, I think. So there's a bunch of them. For now, we're just gonna leave it obus. Doesn't really matter. And then we have impact happening, which is self-explanatory. When it impacts, what type of FX do we want? Right now, it's just got a regular APFSD or APFDS from the Abrams, but we're going to go find something funny, and we're going to replace it with a nuke. So we're coming to the nuke one here. We'll steal this FX. Whoops. Oh, yeah, sorry. Forgot Dem 120. Whoops. And we will put that there. Perfect. FX power, it's like 80% of them use the moyen. I think for different types of projectiles, you'll use different types of FX power, but we'll just leave it moyen for now. A lot of these, I have no idea what the hell they do. I forgot about those. I forgot what the hell those do. The Portee maximal, that's going to be the maximum range, so we'll just crank this thing up to like 9,000 meters. Minimal is the minimal range, and we'll leave that at 35 meters. Angle dispersion, let's see, none of these really matter. Again, you can go through some of these and test them out. Corrected shot aim time multiplier. So this, I think this is adds time whenever it's a corrected shot. We're not going to worry about that right now. Radius splash, so when it gets hit, whatever gets hit with this ammunition type, how much it'll splash, so 1 meter. Physical damage is 1. Let's crank that up to 99. Show damage UI, doesn't matter. Suppress damage, it's fine. ADT is fine. Okay, good. Maximal speed, I think this does not matter for obus type projectiles. This is more for like missiles and such. Again, I haven't tested that one out yet. I've been pretty simple in here. I don't do anything too crazy. And we will keep going down. We got another GUID, so let's change that out. Put an H there and replace that with like a 2, and then put a 1 there. Perfect. Alright, base critic modifier, base hit value modifiers. So this is going to be your accuracy. So right now, idling, it's got 65% accuracy, and moving, it's got 60%. So if I were to set this at like 100%, and I gave it veterancy status of elite, it would be at like 115% accuracy, which is kind of crazy. So we'll set it to 85, because we're going to make him elite. 85% accuracy. So whenever he becomes elite, he's going to have 100% accuracy. Max successive hit count. So how many times can I hit a target without missing? It'll be 3. This is time to aim. So time to aim is 3 seconds. We'll knock it down to 0.2, and then this is going to be time between salvos, or time between shots. So we will make that. Let's make it crazy. 0.1. Hopefully my game doesn't crash. Probably will. This is number of rounds per salvo, so number of rounds per shot. So is it going to fire 3 rounds per shot, or is it going to fire 1 round per shot? So you can change that. So that's usually used in like bombing runs or whatever for like the cluster strikes or for HE bombs or something like that. So you can do bomb runs with the planes. Okay, so next we have supply costs, self-explanatory. Number of salvos can shoot on position. There is another setting in here for shooting on position. Yeah, so shoot on position, false or true. Basically, I think I interpret that as like there's no arming distance for the projectile. Again, you'd have to test that out. I haven't tested that out at all. But yeah, and then from here we can change the texture of the weapon too, which we'll cover in another video. For now we won't. Then you have smoke and fire descriptors that you could change. I haven't messed with those at all either. You can go find a descriptor and plug it in there and see what happens, but I haven't done it. Can harm airplanes. I did not know tanks could shoot at airplanes, or this specific cannon could shoot at airplanes. Maybe they're using it for like A or something in another one. Piercing weapon, true. Tandem charge, false. And then yeah, that should be it. Yeah, the rest you're gonna have to mess with and figure out what it does. But for now, we have our new ammunition type. So we're gonna grab our new ammunition type. And I should have also stated when you rename ammo, you should leave ammo in the descriptor name. Don't remove ammo. Leave ammo. Actually, we can remove cannon too. I'll remove cannon, but I just keep it simple. So ammo dem 120. So leave ammo in there. So we're gonna come back to our weapon descriptor, and we're gonna replace that with our new ammo type, which is ammo dem 120, and we're gonna do it for the HE one as well, so it doesn't fire the HE one at all. And that will be our new weapon descriptor. So we've changed our ammunition descriptor, we brought it over to our weapon descriptor, and now we are going to bring our weapon descriptor over to our unit descriptor. So you'll find it right here, weapon manager, weapon descriptor, and we can pop our new weapon descriptor in there. Perfect. Okay, so we went over the big 3 ones so far, the big ones that you're going to be spending some decent time in. Obviously, when you get into importing and stuff like that, it's going to get way more tedious, and yeah, it's going to become a lot. So, should be okay though. We'll figure it out. All right, so we're going to minimize this now. Let me just double check all my work, make sure I'm good. Looks good. Alright, so we're going to minimize that now. The next thing we're going to go look at is the Cadavre descriptor. You don't necessarily have to change the Cadavre descriptor unless you want to. You're going to have to whenever you obviously import custom models and stuff like that, but for now we will just do it just for the fun. So we're going to go, oops, didn't mean to open that. We're going to go to unit Cadavre descriptor right above unit descriptor. And let's go find our Abrams real quick. There's our Abrams, so we'll copy this guy, and just like all the other ones, bring it all the way down. Let's make a comment. Abrams X Cadavre. I think I spelled that right. Abrams X Cadavre. And paste that, save it, good. Alright, and same thing as all the other ones, let's rename it. So Abrams X GID, give it a new one. Perfect. Rename the debug name. Abrams X, perfect. Alright, so that's basically all we're going to do for the Cadavre. Probably in a later part in the series, I'm going to go over creating VBIDs or creating like suicide trucks and stuff like that that explode whenever you target a position, which we will have to we'll have to do some modifications here in the Cadavre descriptor, mainly on death explosion ammo. Some of you will probably already know what's going to happen, but you're going to have to change out the ammunition type with like a nuke or like something that's way bigger, like a Fab 500 or something like that. But for now, we're going to save this how it is and just have everything set up. So we're going to steal the descriptor, and we're going to go back to the unit descriptor, and we are going to plug it into the Cadavre generator right here. And we will plug that in. Perfect. Alright, so we got unit descriptor, weapon descriptor, ammunition descriptor, and the unit Cadavre descriptor. The next thing we are going to have to do is Showroom. So technically, if you were to generate it right now, well, first you'd have to plug it into Division. If you put it into a Division, gave it a Division pack, you could load the model into a game, but you can't look at it in the Showroom. So we want to be able to look at it in the Showroom so we can obviously add it to our deck. So we're going to go to Showroom Equivalents, and again, we're just going to steal the Abrams. And we'll rename it that. Perfect. And there we go. And then we're just going to rename this. Alright, that's going to be, that's literally it for the Showroom Equivalents. You just got to take it, rename it, put your stuff in there, and then you're good to go. Alright, this is basically just saying, hey, the unit, descriptor unit Abrams is the Showroom descriptor for the Abrams. Yeah, it sounded stupid, but it's literally all it's doing. Yeah, love it. Alright, so then we're going to go to, we're going to go to Showroom Units right under the equivalents. And we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to not do that. What the hell? We're going to find the Abrams. And we are going to go all the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. There we go, Jesus Christ. And Abrams X, Showroom. Abrams X, Showroom. Perfect. Paste it, and again, as we have been doing, let's go ahead and rename it. Abrams X GUID. Let's change the GUID. Let's change that to like an F. Let's change this to a C, and then a T. Cool. And we will rename the debug. Perfect. Not going to worry about any of this. We're not going to worry about any of this yet. We are going to go through here and change things later on, but for now, don't worry about it. As far as the weapon descriptor goes, you can change this here in the Showroom if you want. It's literally not going to do a damn thing because it looks like the same exact Abrams, so it's not going to change anything. Yeah, it's really not going to matter, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. At least right now, don't worry about it. So we have, okay, so we have. Let me open up everything that I usually leave everything open that I did touch, just in case there's an error. It's a good thing to do is leave everything that you did touch open, so just in case there is an error, you know what the last thing is that you touched. So you got unit descriptor, weapon descriptor, ammunition, unit cadavre descriptor, showroom units, and showroom equivalents. Alright, at this point we are basically completely done with modifying the unit and whatever we had to do with the unit. Here we need to move to, we need to go to decks and divisions. So go all the way back to game data, and once you go to game data, go back to generated gameplay, and we're going to go to decks. From here, we're actually going to close out of everything that I just modified, so I don't go crazy. From here, we're going to open up deck serializer. Just go all the way to the bottom, and we're going to take this unit. We're going to make that 2512. We're going in sequential order there. And then unit Abrams X. We're going. This is the same unit descriptor that we just modified in unit descriptor, same name. All right, and then we're going to go to division. No, it was not division list. Oops, not division list. Sorry, do not open division list. Division packs. Sorry, there we go. Division packs. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Take this one, and we're gonna rename it deck pack Abrams X. And then we're going to take the unit descriptor that we had before, Abrams X. Okay, so after division packs, we're going to go into division rules. And we're going to find what division we want to throw this in. We will go over creating a custom division and country later on in the series, but for now we're just going to throw it into one of the already pre-made ones. So I'm just going to throw it into 3rd Armored because that's where it belongs. and we'll do descriptor unit Abrams X. So this is going to be the number of units in the pack. So let's do 8 units to 1 pack. If you're working with like infantry or something like that, you'll see available without transport. You can make that true or false, and then you can add some transport to it. So obviously, like this one down here, if you don't want it, then just make it true, and then get rid of all the transport list right here. This right here will be the veterancy level. So as I stated before, we'll make it elite to add that 15% accuracy. Okay. All right. So that'll be for the division rules. Let's go open up divisions now. And we're going to go find third armored, whoops. And we're going to add our Abrams X. And then this will be the amount of packs. So this will be like how many slots it can have. So right now it says that I got 4 slots. We'll make it 2. So it gets 8. And then 2 slots. So 8 times 2, that's going to be 16. One thing I did not mention is only touch the multi versions of the divisions. Don't touch the solos or the challenges. That won't do anything in game. Or I mean, if you do, that'll be for like Army General or something like that. But if we're just focusing on multiplayer and or solo play, just throw it in the multi tab or in the use the multi divisions. Okay, that should be it for division rules, division packs, and the deck serializer. I'm just checking on my work real quick, making sure we are good. That looks good. That looks good. And that looks good. All right, perfect. So technically at this point we are good to generate and launch up. There is one more thing we have to do, which is the localization. If you generate right now and you load the game up, it will obviously run, but as soon as you hit the showroom, it's gonna post an error saying that it cannot find the string designated for that specific token. So it's not going to work obviously when you get in the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to localization, and then we're going to go to tutorial or whatever the hell the name of your mod was. And then you're going to see 4 CSV files, and you're going to find a localization decos NDF file. We're going to go into the decos file first, and we're going to make some edits here. This is completely dependent on how you want to organize your mod. For me, what I do is I combine everything into one CSV file. So I take the in-game file, I take the file name that goes to the interface underscore in-game CSV, and I just replace all the deco resources with that CSV file. So basically what this does is I only use one CSV file for all of my tokens. I don't have to use any of the other CSV files for my tokens. So if you want more organization, you can use all four of the CSV files. I don't really care. I just use one. It keeps it simple, and that's it. So we're going to use in-game for this tutorial. The first thing you're going to see when you open up is you're going to see token and then ref text. What you're going to want to do is remove these quotes. I don't know why they put these in here. They pull errors every time. It's weird. I don't know why they don't get rid of it. Anyways, so under token, you're going to put the token of your unit and the unit descriptor. And then we will put the string for that token. So in game, it's going to show Abrams X, and then this is the token. And then the other one we had was, I think it was Dem 120, and then democracy was what I named the ammunition type. And then I just want to check one more time to make sure that I had the token right, because I might have named it something different. Alright, Abrams X, yep. Alright, so I had the naming right. Again, I keep all my tokens capitalized just so I know what the hell it is every time I look at it and I go, oh, that's a token. Alright, so that is it for localization and the deco resource files. From here, we are good to generate. So we'll go all the way back to our base mod directory, and we will go ahead and generate, and hopefully you don't get any errors. and we got errors. Oh, and yeah. Okay, so what was that? Descriptor deck pack. So, and I closed all my NDFs out. Oh, great. Generated GFA decks and deck packs. That is my fault. Oh, wait, what was it? Ah, right here. Okay. That was in my divisions.ndf. And I left a piece of the Cobra name in there. Alright, so let's try that again. Alrighty. So as you can see, it generated all of the localization files we needed. And you can see it was only just using that one CSV file, which is the in-game one. And then it generated us a new INI file, which again we will use later on in the series, but for now, do not worry about it. So we can go ahead and enter, and we can go ahead and pull the game open. Alrighty, so mod center, and we're gonna enable our new mod, which is tutorial right here. And we get to watch that fun loading screen again. Alrighty, so check the mods on. It is good to go. If you get any errors, or not errors specifically, but if you get like an issue where like the mod won't activate and it keeps activating another mod, what you need to do is go into your saved games under user profile and then go to Eugene Systems, and then I think it's mod, and then go into the configuration file and manually enter your mod name to manually enable it and disable all the other mods. It hasn't done it to me in a while. I think they fixed this issue, but if that does happen, just do that. Alrighty, so from here we can go to the armory. Let's go see our third armored division, and we'll go to tank, and then boom, you can see the Abrams X is right there. If we click on it, everything loads up perfectly fine. You can see all of our armor ratings have been inputted correctly. Penetration is 48. I don't remember. We set it at 99, so there definitely is a value. I forget how it's calculated, but there's definitely a value. 9,000 meters for ground targets. Stationary, again, 100% because we gave it a 85% base modifier, and then we get 15% from the veterancy level, which is elite. It travels at 600 kilometers an hour. Max damage is 20. So yeah, basically everything's already in there, and then we should get 16 of them. So it's because we did 2 packs, and you get 8 tanks per pack. So we'll go ahead and test this out. Try not to pay attention to my deck names, and that should be good. Go ahead and launch it up. Alrighty, and we will place these guys down. And go to command unit, very cool. Perfect, and just launch them straight down the middle. And we'll check on their speed real quick, make sure they're speeding. That looks pretty good to me. Seems realistic. I'm waiting for one of them to get caught on a building. Oh, none of them did. Alright, and we'll just go like this and see how the cannons work. Oh, they work. Oh yeah, they work. They work. We can't test out the full range of the cannon because I think you can't use a target select for just a cannon. No, you can't. Yeah. But it's obviously 9,000 meters. Should have no problem reaching that far. Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna pause this real quick. So that is everything for part 1. If you have any questions or if you're running into any errors, I will post my Discord in the description below. This will also be posted on the Steam forums, so if you have a question, you can also just reach out to me on there. But as far as this video goes, this about wraps it up. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I appreciate you for watching. Bye.